I was going through a deep depression over this incorrect guilt that you tried to lay on me, which preceded that move. Had something to do with Southern California.
Oh yeah. When you got me fired at USC, I got myself fired at USC, but you didn't
It's a
help
better
that.
story if I got you fired.
You really did, because it is a true story that the athletic director and the president were on that trip. We were playing that night, and you were on college game day, and you had to make your big splash, and they were watching it because I know the other person in the room that was watching it with them. And you said what a joke I was, and I'm the Miley Cyrus of college football coaching, and I should be fired. And they looked at each other, and later that night I was fired.
Yeah, by the way.
So, but hey, look what happened. I would have never gotten to work for Coach Saban. All these other things wouldn't happen. So I appreciate you for helping getting me fired. Thank you.
Look at what you're doing today. You're predicted to go to the playoffs. And look at Miley Cyrus. She's had a nice comeback.
So
too.
you're wrong on that. I mean, you like putting me down with that. So really, I don't really know what you're good at. Like you predicted that Coach Saban was done. That didn't happen. You basically said Miley Cyrus stinks, and she's still going.
Man, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever the case may be, and welcome to a very special pop-in. And here's why it's a very special pop-in. If you've watched the show, or even if you watched the live last night, you know very, very well how I feel about Paul Finebaum. We're going to get into that. But what you just saw was a clip from SEC Media Days of Lane Kiffin confronting Paul Finebaum about some things he said while he was the head coach at USC that ultimately helped lead to the decision to fire Lane Kiffin. Kiffin went on to say, hey, I appreciate it. If it wasn't for you, I would have never got to work for Coach Saban. But I don't know what you're good at. I don't know what you do. And that is my whole problem with Paul Finebaum. Paul Finebaum, for years, has made money off of just saying asinine things that make no sense and hold no credibility, that aren't based in X's and O's. They're outlandish. It's shock journalism. It's sensationalism. And people buy into it. And I get it. He's the Jerry Springer of college football. But why does there need to be a Jerry Springer of college football? There's enough drama in the sport as is. There's, especially with NIL and recruiting and Nick Saban retiring and all this other stuff. There's enough going on to not have a fool, a complete clown like Paul Finebaum saying things that actually impact decisions that happen at the college level. I don't know this for a fact, but I'm almost positive Paul Finebaum has never played a snap of football. I'm almost positive that Paul Finebaum cannot sit down with an NFL coach or a college coach and break down a defense. I'm almost positive Paul Finebaum couldn't take a snap at quarterback and read routes and make those throws, but he's willing to burn Jalen Milroe over and over and over again for it. But people buy into it. He doesn't know what he's talking about. What is he good at? He compares Lane Kiffin to Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus is doing fine. Despite, her small manic episode, she's doing just fine. But it sounded good, and it was controversial enough for him to say it because people will look at Paul Finebaum, and they keep consuming it. But I'm going to tell you, the kind of people that are consuming Paul Finebaum are the kind of people that you don't want to associate yourself with. But the problem becomes those are the people associated mostly with the Alabama fan base. And Finebaum has capitalized on that, and he's made millions off of low-educated individuals who call into a show and say asinine things, say stupid things, who poison trees and do all of this dumb stuff over a game that does not care about them. I'm going to say it. We all love Coach Nick Saban. We absolutely love Nick Saban. We love him so much, we're naming the field after him based off of everything he did. Coach Saban does not know you exist. That's not mean. It's just true. But there are fans so willing to bleed and die for the idea of a sports team of kids, made up of kids. And Paul Finebaum found the worst bunch of them, put them into a show which now is a national representation of our state and our fan base, and people keep watching it. It's trash television. How did he make it onto ESPN? How did he make it on ESPN? Go watch the Roll Tide War Eagle documentary. Tell me who that centers around. It centers around a stupid caller into the Paul Finebaum show. I get it. He's a smart dude, man. He found a niche and he capitalized on it. He manipulated it and capitalized on it. But what the people that call into his show and follow him don't understand is Paul Finebaum has built an empire based off of making fun of you. Because ultimately, when someone calls with a thick, heavy accent and all they can talk about is Bear Bryant and Nick Saban and this and that, and they don't know anything outside of that, it's making our whole state look stupider, as if we need any help. But keep watching Finebaum. Keep calling into his show. Man, that's frustrating. I know some of the best people in the world are from the state of Alabama. Guess what they're not on? They're not on the Finebaum show. They're not on his payroll to call in weekly. You know why? Because he can't make money off of them. And what he does, somebody said this in comments on a short earlier. What he does is he talks about whatever, not football. He just talks about these sensationalized stories. But the minute somebody actually makes a point, he talks over them or he hangs up on them. But we keep watching him. That's all I got, folks. Paul Finebaum is the scourge of college football. You don't believe me? You don't believe Lane Kiffin? Go listen to what Nick Saban had to say about him. Tried to ruin my career for 17 years. Now we're even. All right. Y'all know the drill. Like, share, do all the things. Until next time, say your prayers, read your Bibles, wash your hands. Horns down. Beat Auburn and LSU and Tennessee too. Roll Tide.